you're second guessing your training thing. Like, am I doing enough? Have I done enough? And most likely not. You have done enough.
And welcome to the first bout of the evening. This is scheduled for three-minute Muay Thai rounds. Introducing you first, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5 feet 4 inches tall, hailing from Winnipeg, Manitoba, representing Quest Muay Thai. His Muay Thai record: no victories, 1 defeat. I give you Mark Ricafort. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5 feet 6 inches tall, hailing from Fargo, North Dakota, representing the Academy of Combat Arts, making his Muay Thai debut. Give it up for Isaiah Morales. Your referee, Pete Peterson.
We're live for the first action.
Absolutely.
First of 30 fights.
I'm excited to see it all.
Huge number.
Definitely early in the venue, but we like to give, Troy, a lot of reason we do a lot of these extra fights is to give these guys, everyone needs a chance to see what they have.
Absolutely.
So if we just only use the top fighters, you can't keep creating new top fighters.
We definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, you got to kind of figure out
This fight here wasn't the most economical decision. We have someone from Canada fighting someone from North Dakota. But, we wanted to make sure we fill the card and see what kind of talent's out there.
And you're bringing good talent, though. I know Canada fighters are
Yeah,
good.
that separates you from a lot of different options, too. You're bringing in a lot of talent from other areas. So
We like to challenge the locals, too. I think people that fight on our show locally know it's not going to be an easy fight on our show, at least for the most part. We're not going to look to give you an easy fight. We're going to look to give you a tough matchup.
Hey, if you're a fighter, that's what you want anyway.
Ooh, and it looks like Mark threw a low one below the belt by accident. Hunter seems to be fine. Now, Hunter actually does have an MMA fight. Isaiah does. I thought he had an MMA fight. No, he doesn't. That's his teammate, Hunter. So this is Isaiah's 100% debut. ACA is a gym that's affiliated with the gym you train at, Troy, the Academy. ACA is a gym in Fargo. They put out a lot of talented fighters, a lot of UFC-level fighters, guys in the UFC, including currently Tim Johnson.
Is that the gym where Ben wins from, too?
No, that's South Dakota. This is where Dylan Spicer.
Okay.
And in the past they had Pablo Garza and I know some other guys from the UFC. Now their striking I'm not as sure about, but they have a very top flight gym. Now I like what Isaiah's doing here.
Oh yeah, good range.
Yeah, he's using his range. He's fighting someone 5'6" and he's 5'10". It's obviously the game plan to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Canada always has strong fighters.
Yeah, Canada's a very strong Muay Thai background, country.
Oh yeah.
Nice kick.
In my opinion, anytime we get somebody out of a camp in Canada fighting on our events, they're usually a lot more mature, fight-wise, than they are like the local guys in our region.
It's harder to get fights in Canada. Their commission costs are insanely expensive. They require a ton of stuff, to do a show. So there's a lot less shows in Canada. And I think like at Edmonton, it's not even allowed anymore.
Yeah, no, we get guys driving to Chicago with just a car full of fighters, just all of them just begging to fight.
That's what we had here was 3 guys that were begging to fight and, all driving together. And we wanted to make it happen. And, sometimes you got to give guys a try. You never know what kind of talent you might uncover.
No, for sure. I mean, especially Canada. I mean, when you're dealing with teams from there, when it's a guy's first or second fight, you just have to assume they've probably got almost 2 years of gym experience, and based on them not being able to get the fights that they're looking for.
And a ton of smokers as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why the Muay Thai kickboxing era, it's a little harder to keep track of everyone's records. A lot of time it's the honor system, and that would never work in MMA.
No, God, no. A lot of commissions are actually not allowing Muay Thai anymore, based on the fact that if some guy gets knocked out conscious, it's so difficult to track that if he takes an MMA bout or a boxing bout a week or 2 later, that they're not going to have an idea of what happened to the guy.
Well, very true. There hasn't been the same discipline, and even I've seen high-level Muay Thai and kickboxers fight like a week or 2 after a knockout. I'm sure you have too, Troy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's super dangerous.
They think nice right hand to start it off. Isaiah's really standing his ground, and if Mark comes forward, he's punishing him. He's keeping the range. Mark's throwing a lot of different things and trying to figure out what can work here. Isaiah's showing a little bit more composure. Nice kick.
These guys aren't huffing and puffing. Usually by now there's like an adrenaline dump. There's a little bit of confusion. It's their first fight in front of all these people. So no,
Here it comes.
it's nice to see the type of composure that these two are showing.
Mark's realizing now that he can't sit back in the pocket. He's gonna get outboxed and kicked from a distance. He's really starting to get a little more reckless coming forward, which could land something, but it also looks like he get caught coming in.
Oh, yeah.
There, as he did right there.
Nice little slip.
Isaiah needs to keep doing what he's doing, using those kicks and teeps and keeping his range and jabs, straight punches.
I love how he's leading. He's not even his hands. He's leading with the right hand a lot, but he's throwing it from the right range. He's throwing it to the body, throwing it to the head. It's a little harder to figure out what he's doing.
Wow, look at this.
Getting fancy.
Yeah, it is big time.
Now, Troy, I know you've fought all over the world now. What was the most exhilarating experience you've seen? Thailand has to be something special, but I know you've been in some other pretty crazy tournaments as well.
Thailand was amazing. I mean, the atmosphere with the crowd and everything, getting involved in all the gambling and stuff it was amazing to experience. But overall, I think the World Games where I just competed in August, I think that was probably the best production-wise.
Where was that at?
That was in Poland, Warsaw, Poland. So, and I got to see a lot of top-level athletes, not just fighters in general. It was about 33 different sports, so it was pretty amazing to see how other athletes prepare for a battle and prepare for their sports. And
it's crazy. Cool. Like, people come from different countries, just have a completely different set of preparation.
For sure.
Yeah.
You never know, and styles make fights. Certain styles, counter that.
Yeah,
now,
this Mark Ricafort, after every single round, he's raising his hands, walking back to his corner. I know it's the second fight, but I think he's got a pretty good fundamental understanding of, if it's a close round, he's raising my hands, I'm looking active, come on. Like he's telling the judges to give it to him. It's pretty mature.
Anything that helps.
You meant anything that helps, especially when you're in there. Absolutely.
Now, Troy, you've only been Troy Jones Jr. with us here. He's 36-3 overall, 7-1 as a pro. Now, Troy, you've only been fighting and training for what? Is it 3 to 4 years?
Yep, I've been training for 4 years and fighting for 3 years.
Yeah. So Troy's one of those. Troy's 1-0 on our shows. He had a devastating. Actually, it was called the no contest. It was a strange thing, but he knocked someone out cold on one of our shows, and I think you couldn't catch the kick or something.
K1
with the rules we had.
is different.
Yeah.
I'm a Muay Thai fighter. K1 rules I took a little bit to get used to, not being able to catch the kick, and it was something really quick, but I take it as it is.
You caught the kick and hit him?
Oh, it was quick. Like I caught it and pulled him through really within a half a second, and then dropped a punch.
Nice,
Right
Isaiah. Isaiah's is standing his ground.
Up.
He's not backing up, and he's just keeping perfect range. Nice.
Yeah, this round is all about who wants it more now.
It really is. They're all been close.
Punches. Yeah, Ricafort's got to kind of tighten his punches up, maybe commit a little bit more. He's leaning back a little bit on his big punches. He's got to lean forward, tuck his chin.
Yeah, drop that weight into those punches.
Absolutely. Yeah, commit to the exchange.
And Troy, you talked about Thailand, the gambling. I can tell you right now that if we were allowed to gamble on fights in America, there'd be about 10 times the people in this crowd.
Oh, yeah.
So
I can imagine.
that action.
People we're at a horse track right now, and there's a couple thousand, 5,000-10,000 people next door gambling on horses, and they're only here for one reason, to gamble.
Yeah, it's an adrenaline rush, too.
Oh, you get a dump from gambling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the thing about gambling is it makes it immediately interesting. You don't need to know much about anybody to put money on them.
Because you're invested.
You start paying attention to what's in front of you.
Oh,
That's
nice
for sure.
kick.
Yeah.
And I've never actually been exposed to that element. I think I'd probably fall apart in that element, as much as I like to gamble on
It
sports.
goes really fast.
You walking out there with your pockets inside out.
Everything goes quick. They're using all types of hand signals that I have no idea what they mean.
Yeah, it's another language.
I always picture, what is it? Is it blood sport where, there's just everyone's holding up their money?
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Getting tired right here. Riccafort's kind of starting to gas. And,
he is, and Morales is taking advantage.
Morales, this is the third round right now of two guys that, are relatively unexperienced, and they're going at it.
Definitely. I'm glad we put this fight on the card. Morales looks like somebody we definitely want to bring back as well as Ricafort. Ricafort looks like does need a little bit of work. Maybe a little bit lighter weight class. I think Troy maybe down to 45. So, he's 5'6".
Morales has got to take a deep breath.
Possible
big
lower.
stomach breath, and just come in with some heavy punches.
And he's not. Yeah, he wasn't throwing. Those punches had no steam on him. He did a good job, I think, and took that round for sure. And it looks like probably won the fight. The first couple rounds are pretty close, so. It could have been scored a couple different ways, but Troy, who else is coming up in the Minnesota Muay Thai scene that's some of the young prospects that you're excited about seeing? I know you know it a lot. I know Tommy Matlin, who's our featured amateur fight tonight. I've heard nothing but great things about him.
And that was a person I was thinking of right away. He's a very exciting fighter, a big guy. I think he's 125 or 225. And every fight I've seen him, he wins by a head kick. I mean, what can be better than that? Every fight, I'm literally.
What kind of level of competition has he faced?
Oh, he's faced a lot of different. I mean, he's fought all over the country. He's gone to the TBAs a few times. Fought in Arizona. He's fought in Canada. I mean, he's definitely putting in the work, and I think he's going to be someone you're going to watch out for sure.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm excited to have him on. We had him on last time, and the guy didn't put up much of a fight. But Jeremy Lundgren looks legitimate. Could be a tough fight. Now, our first 3 fights of the night are all Academy of Combat Arts out of Fargo against Quest in Canada. So should be interesting to kind of kick the show off and then start getting to the locals, and a lot of the fans are starting to pour in.
Now, what city is Quest out of? What city in Canada is Quest out of?
You know, Mike, let me take it. I'm not 100% sure. It's actually Winnipeg, Manitoba is where Quest is out of.
I'm going to guess probably right over the border from there, right?
You know, there used to be a really nice pipeline of MMA talent out of.
Joe Dorset actually came from.
Yeah, exactly.
Manitoba. Man, talk about a guy that's fought everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, our judges have reached a decision. One judge sees the contest 30-27, the other 2 29-28. All in favor for your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, Mark Ricafort.